Well, now it is official. Mecole Hardman has been traded. That it comes as no surprise as the New York Jets are sending Mecole Hardman back to the Kansas City Chiefs, where the Jets got him from. Now, they didn't trade for Hardman. They signed him as a free agent on a one-year deal, $4 million. But after 6 games, the Jets decide to trade Hardman. They trade him for a late-round pick swap, according to Adam Schefter, that's believed to be in 2025. Pretty much standard expectation, especially after the Van Jefferson trade that we saw send him to or from the Rams to the Atlanta Falcons. Very, very similar. Again, this comes as no surprise. I was rooting for Mecole Hardman to get back in the mix for the Jets. I think he's an explosive receiver, but he ends his Jets career with 1 catch and 6 yards. So, just fell out of favor. For whatever reason, fell out of favor. Maybe his role was expected to be different with Aaron Rodgers in the mix, and now with Aaron Rodgers injured, they saw things going a different direction. He also suffered from some drops in training camp in the preseason. That could be a factor of it. And also, the biggest reason, I think, is Xavier Gipson. Xavier Gipson won the punt and kick return job and really got utilized the last 3 weeks or so in that role, and it's kind of evident by the snap count. So if you look at how Mecole Hardman started with the New York Jets in his first game, 0% of snaps, and that was in week 1, and we're all kind of like, that was weird. I wonder what that's about. Next week it went up to 30, which was the highest in terms of snap percentage that he saw as a member of the New York Jets. A lot of that was in garbage time in the Dallas game, so didn't even really, you took that one with a grain of salt. 3%, 10% inactive in week 5 in Denver, and then in week 6, 9% against the Philadelphia Eagles. And, I'm happy for him. It wasn't going to work out here, obviously. I wanted him to get on the field. It just was not going to happen, whether it be for, whatever reason. So he's going to be back in a comfortable situation, a situation he knows well in Kansas City. I think it's a great thing for him. I'm bummed it didn't work with the Jets, but good thing for him. As for Xavier Gipson, the last 3 weeks, his snap count has gone up at the wide receiver position. He was pretty much exclusively used as a returner the first few weeks, but 19%, 31%, and 11% of snaps the last 3 weeks. The 11%, he was injured this past week, and they didn't really use him a lot, even on returns. They had Randall Cobb back there. I think a big reason for that was because of the injury. So out of the bye, I really want to see Xavier Gipson take that bigger role. I think that would be the perfect time for it, which honestly, this is kind of the perfect time for a trade like that to take place, because it then gives the younger guy more opportunity over the next couple of weeks to get acclimated into having a bigger role. And Randall Cobb played way too many snaps this past week. He had a big drop on 2nd down in the red zone, which led to a field goal. He did have a big catch, though. We will give credit where credit is due. Big catch on the 2-point conversion. But I hope that outside of the bye, it becomes the Xavier Gipson show. If they're going to use an explosive receiver, an explosive slot receiver, they wouldn't use Hardman, so hopefully they start to use Xavier Gipson. Let me know your thoughts on the trade down below in the comments. Please make sure to subscribe and give a like if you haven't already. I am Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you next time.